Excuse my appearance, I got some stomach thing going on. This seems to be like a common question because there's some confusion, and I thought I would, I guess, reintroduce myself again for those that are new to my page. I think I've gotten about 5,000 new followers this month, which thank you. I do have a book out. I go in a lot more detail. It's not just about our adoption story, but what led me to foster care and just kind of watching this journey that was just really unexpected because I was somebody who was in foster care and I just swore I'd never go back there. But then one day we got a phone call. My husband's ex-wife's sister called us to let him know that his ex-wife was in the hospital. She was an active user. She was still using. She ended up having COVID. She was also 33 weeks pregnant. My husband also had custody of their 2 children when we met, so my husband and I are also a blended family. And because of the addiction issues, I knew that Levi would probably end up going into foster care. So I just said, if it's possible, we'd like to take him. Now, obviously, my husband is not the biological father, which gets really confusing for everybody, but he is not the biological father. There is a biological father. I don't talk too much about him, but this is what I will say. When a child goes into care, they want to reunify the child with the parents first. Well, Levi's mom had him on Monday and she passed away that Friday. Also, a quick little backstory. When we found out about Levi, we also found out there was 2 other children that she'd given birth to that had gone into the system. We had no idea. My husband wasn't that close in communication with her family, and we found out that way. I also did tell CPS that, if those children were in care, that we would like to take them too, because I didn't want siblings being in foster care. But they were both adopted by the same family, and we've met them and they're amazing. But anyway, biological father, he had struggles. They tried to give him an opportunity, but he basically just went MIA. And so with nobody showing up on any biological side step forward, it was just best that he would come into our care. Also, Levi was born in Texas and we lived in Ohio, so we actually sold our home and moved to Texas to become foster parents to adopt him. So during that time, I was actually revisiting my own trauma of being a former foster kid, and it became this unexpected healing journey of tragedy and love. But my story, or our story, gets shared on social media by news publications sometimes, and people are very, very nasty in their commenting. I think the biggest is there are a lot of people that are adoptees and against adoption, and that's where they chime in. However, this was a very special circumstance. Obviously, Levi's biological mother had passed away. If bio family does not want a child or has no interest, it's better to place him with people that are going to love him and to keep him with his sibling. Sorry, somebody wants attention. But anyway, Levi's 3 now. He's super bossy. He's super smart. He's super sweet. And funny enough, he looks more like me than he does his biological parents. I know this was a long video, but I know a lot of you guys had questions, so here is a newspaper version.